I was to say delay.
Delay.
Totally okay.
We killed
Where'd
the
the
carpet.
tweet go?
Delay,
There we go.
delay.
Greetings and salutations
Oh my god.
to Half-Ass Crew Plays D&D. Are we ready for the recap?
Yes. Oh my god.
We're live.
I forgot to do
Go
this.
for it.
I forgot to do this yesterday, but I have to put on the outfit.
What?
Oh my word, there's an outfit.
Oh my god.
God.
There's an outfit.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so pumped.
With the microphone.
You look adorable.
Are we ready?
Is that a real
I think
or
we're ready.
It's like a potato in tinfoil, I can't tell.
It's an actual mic.
Okay.
I always have a tinfoil Speedo on. You just guys can't see. Alright. Last time
like it would
on
shake.
Half-Ass Crew Plays D&D, dwarves fall, but giants fall harder. Our adventurous crew finds themselves amid the corpses of gnolls, having successfully tracked the force to their camp and fulfilled the bargain they struck in Timberside. But the battle was just beginning... Wait... But the battle was just finishing as danger reared its ugly head in the form of a hill giant. Our team had little time to react to the encounter, but react they did. In an ill-conceived plan, Thordrin and Aldrich attempted to outmaneuver the beast with their tried-and-true The Boilermaker. However, trouble boiled over quickly as Aldrich lost his footing, flinging the lawn dwarf at the giant's feet. It was the towering terror who came in like a wrecking ball and played field hockey with our lovable dwarven rascal. Thordrin, unconscious and left for dead, was rage-healed by the tiny barbarian Wayrin, while Tuck made a dash for vengeance for her fallen ally. The battle raged on, and in the end, it was the piercing arrow of the keen-eyed half-elf ranger Ross that felled the giant and saved the day. Tuck and Aldrich went straight to work dismembering the body for trophies and bounties, while Thordrin received a gift from young Seth Chaos. With the day won and Timberside saved, the party gathered for a well-deserved rest, as Seth Chaos received a mysterious note, and with whispered farewells to Ross, vanished into the woods as quickly as he appeared. The party rested. As the party rested, the gnollish threat returned as the pack leader approached from the bushes, but with a menacing glare from Aldrich, as he sat amongst the corpses of the pack leader's kin, he ran with his tail between its legs. With trophies gathered and the town saved, our party heads back to Timberside. Has the rumored threat been quashed? What will Aldrich do with that giant's head? Will Ross recover from the new information she learned from Seth? Find out all this and more now as Half-Ass Crew continues D&D!
Yay!
Beautiful. Thank you,
Oh
Jordan.
my god, that's the best.
Wonderful job.
Alright,
David,
I'm here,
where did
I'm
you
ready
go?
to go.
Who?
Dave,
What?
your video disappeared for me.
I can still, yeah. I can still see him.
It's just
Oh, then never mind. Forget it. Then it's
Roll-
just mine.
it's just the-
It'll come back.
the roll 20.
Yeah, it'll come back then. So, thank you for that recap, Dustin. That was the best. So, like he just said, you guys, you have rested. You all counted as a long rest, so all hit points are back, all spells, all your hit die, everything you now have back. And now, bless you! You are now, bless you! You are now, sitting in their camp still, well, what was their camp, and you have no need to worry about the pack coming to raid the town. You have done what Lord Torgal had asked you to do, and so now you guys can, if you would like, head back to the town, or if you want to, whatever you would like to do.
I'm happy
What
with.
did I-
I'm happy with us heading back.
Yeah.
What did I end up grabbing from that giant?
Whatever
Everything
would
you
like.
asked for. I think everything you asked for.
Yeah.
You got
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Teeth and bones and.
Yeah.
Between you and Aldrich, you just kind of like Took everything.
It's just like a
Yep,
rib
awesome.
cage left and like some flesh here and there.
That's it.
Because
Then
Aldrich has the
pocket.
head strapped on his back, so.
I do have
See,
that strap in my
and
back.
I look at Tuck and Aldrich, and I've got a kind of a concerned look in my eyes, and I say, "Do you want us to drag the carcass back so that you can make soup or stock or something? I mean, I wouldn't want anything to go to waste."
I've got
So
like
much
elbow
sass.
deep in blood, and I'm like, nah, I'm fine.
Aldrich,
No, just halfway, like, what? Oh, no, we're good.
just
Leave it for the
checking.
vultures. They'll pick it up.
Ogre's not good eating. It's tough. Kind of gamey.
I agree.
Don't
Good to
ask.
know, Aldrin.
Don't ask. Was it tired? I'll tell you, I just had enough of this man sometimes. The things he does to dead things. Oh.
Oh, the things I do to dead things. is
We
what-
don't need details. We don't need
I
details.
agree with waste not, want not, but you know, I've just got to check on these things.
It's all about reusing, reducing, and recycling.
Gotta reduce that carbon footprint on, you know.
Oh, that's very catchy. You should write that down.
It sounds like something that might be
Reduce,
good, right?
reuse, and recycle. That's good.
Alright, we should move back to Timberside.
Trademark that.
Right, let's head back into town. Aldrich probably wants money for that ugly thing that's strapped to his back.
Yeah. Can only
It's
assume
beginning.
that's why I took the head.
Oh, yes.
Why do I have love hearts on my map?
Really, guys?
Does everyone
Becca
see
hasn't
that, or is
updated
it
them
just
yet.
me?
No, it's we got in trouble one time, and then for some reason Mike and I continue to.
I didn't do it. I did not do it.
Alright. Well, it's staying there. So there's that.
Alright,
Actually,
cool.
Okay.
Anyway, so you guys head back to Timberside, correct?
Aye.
So you guys walk back, no problems. Get back over the side of the mountain, back through the town. As you're walking back through the streets to get back up to Lord Trollcall's mansion on that's set in the hill, you actually, on your way back, pass Quincy.
Oh.
Again,
Quincy, how's it going, my
He
great
is-
friend?
he's passed out with a tankard of ale, kind of like this, just on the
Of course he
street.
is.
Is the tankard full?
It's like a quarter of the way.
I will.
Full.
Take
Don't you touch his alcohol.
It's almost
cauldron.
empty.
my flask. Betty's dry. Look at it. She's dry.
Cauldron.
It's completely
You don't know
unacceptable.
where that's been.
It's alcohol, dear. It sanitizes itself. And I grab the tankard and chug
Ross,
it down.
it's been in a cask.
Nailed it. Tuck's got a point, you know, Ross.
So done.
So, you take the tankard, you kind of have to, like, almost pry his hand off of it in order to get it away from him.
I'm
However,
experienced
he
with that.
stays fast asleep, and you pour about a quarter of ale that was left in his tankard into your flask, and then kind of gently set the tankard back into his hands,
There you
holding
go,
his
Betty.
fingers.
All nice and full.
I want to take the cup from Thordrin and huck it the opposite, as far as I can, away.
That's a good.
All right.
His flask or the cup?
No, the cup.
If you take
Oh,
the flask,
okay.
it'd be a
Instead of
fight.
putting the cup
That's so
back
fucked
in
up.
Quincy's hand, Aldrich takes the cup of what had ale and just poof, across the street, out of sight, like
Hayate
bangs off of the
immediately
wall down
starts
the alleyway.
bounding, trying to go after it. And I go, no, Hayate, back. That's not for you. It's not for
He
you.
kind of like looks and he's like,
I'm sorry. I'm just, come on, we'll play fetch later, I promise.
his head perks up a bit and his tail starts wagging again, and he
I give him a pat.
finds his way back to you. So you guys keep walking. You get to Lord Torko's mansion within a matter of like 5-10 minutes of walking through the town. The guard stationed outside sees you guys, and at this point, because you pretty much slept through the day, it's like
Right.
7:30, 8 o'clock at this point.
Hello?
And Tuck knows that for sure.
Yes. And so the guard, he kind of looks at you guys and he's like, I'll be right back. And he walks inside.
As he's walking inside, I continue to walk past him.
I follow Aldrich.
You should, I was gonna go.
You might just wanna. You might just wanna let. Guys, I'm sorry.
I'm staying where I am. Just.
I
follow Aldrich.
I
As
run
he's-
after.
as he's trying
them and
to,
I'm like, stop it!
As he's trying to kind of like be like, okay, just wait, look, I was gonna go get him. Lord Torkel actually comes out the front door himself, and he looks at you guys and he's like, "Is it done? Did you take care of it?"
Okay, as he appears, I dump 3 knollheads on his doorstep, 400 gold. Flip the giant's head, 600 gold. That makes a total of 1,000.
Yeah.
I step forward and I say, I'm so sorry. He's had a long day.
To be fair, I almost died, so that might be a good price.
And I turn back and I say, there are better ways to do this.
No, straightforward.
Thank you.
Look,
We were
the
told
man has
gnolls,
no.
not giants.
He's right with that point. We had no idea there'd be a giant.
And we took care of it.
Yes, and one of us nearly died.
Well, yes.
We
I
demand
nearly.
fair compensation.
And that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying you don't have to be rude.
I don't think he understands the concept of rule. I've been with him
That's
for 10
his
years.
I
This
called
is
for
this is
me.
all you get.
I call for we and I say, Wayron, can you please talk to this? I can't.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
just watching this all unfold. I'm just looking at like a tennis match from one person to the other.
I offer Tuck a snack. You want? You just you.
You
Yeah,
guys just eating popcorn in the back, watching us.
I envelop your fist with whatever food it is. Thank you.
Okay, I get something myself.
As you guys are sitting there basically bickering back and forth between each other, Lord Torkel just kind of starts smiling and he's like, "Give me a minute." And he goes back inside, takes about a minute, 2 minutes, comes back out, and you see that he's carrying a very large, 2 large sacks of what you can assume is gold. And then in his other hand, he has it almost looks like a satchel. And he's like, "I have 800 gold here, and I have a little bit of a present to cover the other 200 that you were looking for taking care of
That
this."
sounds right, Aldrich. You're okay
And
with
he
that?
throws the 2 coin purses at you. Each of them has 400 in it.
Start counting.
Aldrich, don't do that. In
Then
front
I
of
reach my hand up for the satchel while Aldrich is distracted with the gold.
For you, I'm sure that this will come in handy to your party. And he hands it to you.
I take
What
it.
is
To
it?
him?
I ask him what it is.
Hands it to
Yeah,
Wee.
what is it?
He looks at you guys and he kind of smiles and he's like, "Well, it's something that a lot of adventurers tend to find useful
Is it back
As-
holding?
as far as storage goes."
And I,
What happened to Ditto?
so I say to
The
him,
ranger just passed out.
I just say to him, "Look, Lord Tokal, I know you're a very important man, but you don't have to be so cryptic. Like, you could just tell us what it is."
Yes, but that would be no fun.
I like cryptic. It's
That's-
mysterious.
Here, Thorger, maybe you'll know. I
I
add it to him.
I walk over and I look at it. Can I run? Can I like? I mean, is it a bag of holding? Can I just know that? I mean, I've dealt with these things before.
You guys are looking at it, and the bag, it's like a brown leather bag.
I put my hand in it.
With
What's in it?
You put your hand in it, and instead of it being like a solid pocket that you'd be used to, you can definitely tell that it's magic. You stick your hand
It's
in
tingly.
it, and it's kind of
It's
like a.
tingly.
You're like reaching around, and you're like,
It's
this is
really
not
big.
right.
It's bigger than it's supposed to be.
I take it. I take a look at
I
it.
wonder if I can fit in it.
I'm sure that this is a bag of holding. I've seen these before.
Yes.
Bag of
And Lord Torquall
Aren't
just
all
kind of
bags
looks at you,
holding
and
things?
he nods his head, and he's like, "Yes, I figured that your party could use a bag of holding, and I didn't see one on any of you when you visited earlier, so I had an extra one lying around,
Sounds
and
expensive.
thought that you guys could use it more than I would."
Well, thank you. We greatly appreciate it. Can we run like an investigation or something on this, or to make sure that it's like on the up and up?
Go ahead.
Wow,
and
we
roll
don't trust anyone, do we?
investigation check.
Lord Torquall.
Of course not.
If you want to run investigation, go ahead.
I am rolling.
We's the only one that's
investigation.
ever dealt with him, so.
Oh. It's a bag.
It's a bag of holding. No, but it's a bag of holding, and it is a legitimate bag of holding. So in case you don't know the description, this bag has an interior space considerably larger than its outside dimensions, roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. The bag can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. The bag weighs 15 pounds regardless of its contents, and then retrieving an item from the bag requires an action. If the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth unharmed, but the bag must be put right before it can be used again. Breathing creatures inside the bag can survive up to a number of minutes equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures, after which time they begin to suffocate.
Good to know.
Remember
So
that.
you could have got in
It's almost big enough for
For
me.
10 minutes.
for 10 minutes.
I would have only gone up to my head and been like, "Look at me!"
Yes.
Can we call it grog? Can we call it grog?
What did you say?
She
wants to name
of
the bag of holding.
as grog?
I wanna
Only
take the
because
bag.
grog has the bag of holding. It's fine. Don't worry, Tuck's talking to herself.
That's fine. I want to flip
Do
it
you want
inside
to,
out.
Do you want to be our grog?
Don't what?
If there's anything in it,
That comes.
Is that what you're doing?
yeah, I'm gonna flip it inside out. See if there's anything in it. Because we have to know what's in the bag to pull it out. So
Yeah,
Correct.
true.
maybe he left a sack of gold.
You
I
immediately
turn to
kind
Lord
of like,
Torquall, who's standing next to us, and ask him, "Did you put any gold in there?"
he kind of looks at you and he's like, "Not that I recall, although you're about to find out soon if you're." And as he's like looks over to Aldrich, who's immediately just pushing his hand through the bag and inside out. And Lord Torgal kind of looks at you and he's like, "Anything in there at this point, you can have it."
Always knew he was a good guy.
As
I'm expecting some really seedy shit to come out there, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't mine."
as Aldrich pushes the bag inside out, almost like with the force of his hand, out comes flying a small bag.
It's a bag inside of a
and-
bag.
It's a babushka bag.
And almost all of you,
Roll initiative.
no.
You legit scared the shit out of me. I was like, "What?"
No.
Other dimensional bag monster.
It's a bookworm. Oh!
Nailed it.
Almost all of you, as the bag comes flying out, you notice that you have almost seen one of these bags before. And then it hits you that this is a bag of beans.
What?
There was a bag of beans in the bag of holding.
There was a bag of beans. Cool. That means we have 2 sets of that.
We have
Yes.
a bag of beans
Who?
on it?
Hang on. Who was the one that picked up the first one? Was it Aldrich?
It was
or was
me.
it Reed?
No, it was
Yeah.
me. And the only one who knows it's actually magical is you.
Yeah.
Because I
And
tell
I just
and
I
Thor
give
I
a
told
knowing
him.
I
So
give a
you
knowing
recognize.
look
Good.
to Aldrich. I don't say anything. I don't do anything. I just look at him.
Yes, you recognize that everybody knows that it's the bag of. It's almost identical to the same bag that you found. Back. I forget where it was in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Back
first.
in Oakenbrook. But it's almost identical. Like, so you're kind of like, how did now we have two of them?
The
But
breeding.
yes.
All right, well, I'm going to open up the tiny bag and see how many beans are in it.
I'm jumping up to try and see what's in the bag.
I hold it at the right height where he just can't see.
God damn it, Aldrich! Let me see what's in the bag.
There are 9 dried beans in it.
Aldrich,
There are
what's in the
only
bag?
9 of them.
Aldrich!
What's in that bag?
I say, Aldrich,
I'm not-
what is it?
It's a bag of beans.
That's
What
all.
kind of beans?
Like I should know, they're beans.
Well, let me eat.
Why don't you give them to Reed? Maybe he can take a look at them.
I toss the bag to Reed.
Ooh, do I get to take a look at the bag?
Yep.
If
It's
you
a
would
bag
like
of
to.
beans! I don't know what you're.
Sure, I'll
Or
take
you can
the bag.
hold.
Righto.
Well, you know that these are a bag of beans, and they are magic beans. And if you remove a bean from the bag and plant it in the dirt, sand, and then dirt or sand, and then water it, the bean produces an effect a minute later from the ground where it was planted. That effect is random, however, and you know this from books and stuff you have read, that it could be anything that pretty much pops up out of the ground when this bean is planted and watered.
Anything isn't anything?
As in
Anything-
nutrients or things that heal
As-
us.
Yes. Or a magical campfire with blue flames.
But it's completely
Righto.
random, so we have no way of
Yeah,
knowing.
you roll a dice
Exactly.
and there's a chance
Okay.
you know.
So what
We
is
can
it?
But
get
it's,
like
is it always nice stuff? Like a giant won't pop up to the ground or anything.
They just regular beans? Can I make a soup or
It's just random.
Wouldn't advise it.
no soup? Alright.
Um,
Fair enough.
You also know, Reed, that if you dump the bag's contents onto the ground, they explode in a 10-foot radius, extending from wherever you dropped them from.
Not sharing that info. Just don't,
Does Tuck know that anyway from last
Whatever
time
you
she
do.
saw them?
don't
I
spill.
think you knew that I was lying that they were magic.
So are you going?
Yeah.
Wait, David, are you going to tell us that they're magic?
Yeah, they're magic beans. I'll share all the information. Just don't
Minus the
spill
exploding part.
beans.
Don't
Don't
spill-
Uh,
Don't
spill
Why
spill
not?
beans.
Why not? What happens?
I've been told that
It would be
before.
bad.
All right,
It would be
don't
bad.
spill the beans, don't cross the streams. All right, that's fine.
Yes.
Nailed it.
What if you have
Well,
to get to the other side of the stream?
Torkel, who is still standing there as you guys are
Make it dangerous.
now discussing these
You're the
magic
worst,
beans,
Sergeant.
Oh,
Um,
sorry, sir.
it's kind of like,
Highness, sir.
oh, that's where those went. I thought I lost them. Yeah, you can have those. He looks
We
at
found
at
them.
you guys, and he looks at you guys, and he's like, "I want to thank you for taking care of the issues in the woods and protecting this town. I would like to offer you, I guess you could say, almost like permanent residency in this town, where I would provide some sort of house or lodging for you guys. I know you had said that you were potentially looking to actually start a guild or be here in order to be hired for work in the future, and you seem to have proven yourselves, gesturing down to the hill giant head and 3 knoll heads in front of him, that you can definitely take care of what needs to get done. And I would be very honored to provide you with at least a base in order to continue progressing in your quests and earning pay where you can.
Well, I kind of like that idea. Your town definitely needs some sort of help, I suppose. Seeing as how there's rebellions.
Would it require that we stay here consistently?
He looks at you and he's like, "No, of course not. A guild is
We can franchise.
yeah." He kind
Franchise
of nods.
Incorporated.
He's like, "Yes, especially if you start building a bigger base. You can have other guild members stay here while you're traveling, or
kind of. I didn't say anything.
And so you yourselves would not have to stay here. In order to build that base, you may have to be here for a little bit of time, but it wouldn't require
In order for us to
long-term
live
or
there, we
permanent stay.
wouldn't have to be here constantly.
Correct. And this is coming from me as a thank you. The house would be yours. It would function as a guild house. It would have enough rooms for all of you, plus probably some for future guild members. Everything that you would need, I can provide in one central building for you all. Especially since you would then hopefully be lending your services out to town members and possibly me again in the future in order to at least give this town a little more protection than it has and the protection that it deserves.
What say you
Well,
all?
Lord Tokol, you know I'm always at your service. So I turn to the group and I tell them that I trust this man, and I have a feeling that you guys trust me. So I think that we should definitely take Lord Torkal up on this offer.
All right.
I agree with the tiny one, and I feel like
Look,
Without-
you're not that much
You're
taller
one-
than me, Dwarf.
You're one to talk.
what are you talking about? I'm quite tall for a dwarf.
But still quite
Fine.
short
Rob
for a
gives you
normal
that
person.
exact face.
Like you're normal.
He kind of, Torko kind of looks at you guys and he's like, "So, that's a yes then?"
And I pull out my loot,
Yes.
and I'm like,
Exact.
yes, we can still be friends. We can still be
Yeah.
friends. We are just now friends. You're gonna pay us lots.
You see him
Of compliments,
Reaches hand
pay
up
you
to
lots
his
of
face.
compliments. We're not all
and just
about the money,
face
Thor.
palm.
Well, I did that for that one. 'Cause
All about the money,
otherwise he
money,
just gets
money.
crumbled.
All I wanna do is.
Anyway, so he looks back at you guys and he's like, "I will make sure that is taken care of. I'll get all the paperwork done this evening, and by tomorrow morning, you will have a guild house for yourselves. For the night, you can stay at the Dragon's Nest again. All on me, of course. And then, like I said, tomorrow morning, I will send somebody to show you to the building, and then you can do what you want from there with it."
Fair enough.
All right.
Alright.
The other thing I would suggest is coming up with a name for yourselves and for your guild.
We'll let you know in the morning.
Yeah, we'll have to confer about
Well,
it.
fuck.
You don't have to let me know if you make
Oh,
a
you'll know
sign or
eventually.
something for your guild hall. And there's plenty of craftsmen in the town that would be happy to help.
I, for one, vote for Thordrin's ragtag group of something or other. I think my name should be in it.
No.
No, that's just
Really long.
Well, that's fine.
Well, if that's everything, I'm going to retire for the evening, going to take care of that paperwork, and then I will send somebody down in the morning.
Do you actually like your paperwork?
It's not bad.
I laugh a little to myself, remembering something.
Well, she's so keen on paperwork. I don't. So mysterious.
So as you guys are talking, he kind of nods and he returns back into his manner. The guard out front is like, well, if you're looking for people, I'm sure talking around town tomorrow would probably benefit you. Just avoid that guy named Quincy.
Don't worry.
Oh,
we're
he is
avoiding
quite
him
shite.
quite a lot.
I met him earlier.
he kind of
Not
nods
only
and
was
is like,
not only was talked up to be.
Not in the least.
And with that, he goes back to his post out in front of the manor, and now you guys are left. The six of you at this point. It's like 8:30 in the evening.
Most of the shops are likely closed by this point.
I
I think it's just the pub that's
start
open.
sauntering back to the dragon's nest. Because
I
I've got a
turn to the group and I say, "So we're starting a guild? We're starting a
I
guild.
think we sort of
We're
rushed into
actually
that.
starting a guild,
We could.
like with other people."
I don't know. Really, that just sort of happened. We could.
well. I mean, for now we could do it and
Could just be us.
use it to avoid some tax hole loops or tax loops as an incorporated guild, and then once we're done with making all of that money, we could leave it to somebody else and move on with our adventures.
I give the strangest little look to the little barbarian talking about excellent.
I just
And then I remember
I'm not-
that I'm a barbarian, and I say, never mind, let's forget that. I heard somebody say that once. It's fine.
You sounded like you knew what you're talking about.
It sounded good?
maybe your
what you said?
father
Thought
was
it was.
McCrum.
I mean, the badger skin throws it all off a bit, but you seem quite professional.
I pet the badger pelt on my head.
I say I'm not fond of staying in one town for an overly long period of time. It's one thing to have a home base, it's another to stay here constantly. I have other things that I have to be searching for. And
I kind of.
the idea of starting a guild just, especially with, and I look at Reed and I say, they know you're here.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
That's true. We did run into some bit of trouble. It might be best to keep moving.
Isn't moving,
Exactly.
isn't
So
continuing
should
to
we just
move
make it
the
about
better?
face and go back to Lord Darkall?
Ross.
Well, I mean,
Ross,
Yes, sir? Yeah?
are you running from something?
no, I am.
I know you are. Reed, I know you are. I'm asking Ross.
It's not running from something. It's attempting to run to something.
Okay.
Isn't that the purpose of running?
Thank you, Aldrich.
I elbow Aldrich in his hip region.
Yeah,
As tall as I am.
10 years and you still can't understand basic human interaction. Or half-orc, half-elf interaction. Where are your emotions, man?
I just glare at him.
Yeah, whatever.
I feel as though, and it's fine if you want to stay here and if you want to start this guild. It's just I prefer to move. I prefer to keep going on a path. And while more allies is in fact a good thing and a great thing, are we going to be teaching these people? Are we going? I mean,
I really
we
think it
had to
just-
come.
he meant
We
as
had
a-
to come from out of town in order to help these people from. Honestly, not a threat that was that extensive. Let's be realistic.
Well, we can
It doesn't
speak to
seem
the.
like a town of great fighters.
Wait, what did you say, Thorgrim?
Well, I was wondering on your assessment of since we're so close to your home and you know this place, what you might
Oh,
think our
right.
course of action would be.
Well,
I just want us to weigh options. That's all.
I do understand Ross has a greater mission, and I'm sure we all do. But